Hey, welcome to this video. Let's talk about 10 things we can do to really improve our multiple choice marks. Number one, quickly survey the test. What this does is it gives us a sense as to how long the test will be. The types of questions that are coming up are some of them involve diagrams. And also, as we go through there, we may get a sense of some questions which seem to be easy to answer, and we may stumble across some questions which we think are going to be a bit more difficult to answer. And that may give you time to start thinking about them before you actually get to them. Number two, read each question twice. Look for those action words. Are they asking do not? Are they going to ask you for a list of things, which is like this, which is different? So make sure you read those questions, because often students make very simple errors by not realizing what the question is answering. And reading twice will only take a few extra seconds, but it could make a big difference. Number three, after you read the question, think about what you think the correct answer is. Don't even look at the choices. Don't look at A, B, C, D, E, etc. Just sit there for a second and think about what the correct choice would be. Number four, now look at the choices. If your choice is there, well done, but you're not done yet. Make sure, even though you see your choice, that you read the other choices in case there's something that may actually be a better answer than you came up with. Because remember, multiple choice is often about selecting the best answer. So there could be a couple answers that could probably work for that question, but you always want to select the best one. So even though you've come up with one, make sure you check the other choices first. Number four, eliminate the choices that you know are wrong. This will just increase the chance of your success. So out of 4 or 5 questions, you can probably often see that 2 or 3 of them are really not an appropriate answer. And therefore, even if you're not 100% sure, it really increases your chance of doing well overall, and this should bring up your mark throughout the whole test. Number 5, don't get stuck on any one question for too long. You can always circle back. Take your time, think about it. But once you've had enough time to think about it, if you can't come up with a proper answer, it's best to just head off, work on the rest of the test, but do make sure you come back and look at it later. Now that you've gone all the way through the test, you may actually have picked up some insight by doing the other questions, and this may help you choose the correct answer. Number 7, often students do get a certain amount of anxiety, and that's okay. Most people are probably feeling a little bit of anxiety going into a test, during a test. So, if the anxiety is starting to build, take a minute away from the questions. All right? And if you have any strategies that help you with anxiety, now's the time to think about using them. Number 8, once you've answered all the questions, now's the time to go back and review them. Walk through them. Now don't jump in there and just change an answer without really having a really good sense of confidence that your first answer was incorrect. Often students will take what was a correct answer and move it to an answer which is incorrect. So really make sure you have good justification if you're going to change an answer. Number 9. This is a housekeeping thing. Make sure your answer sheet looks good. So often you're filling out those little bubble sheets. If you have smudges on them, if you've corrected an answer, make sure that it looks fairly clean. That would make the marking process much easier, and to make sure you don't get mismarked inappropriately on a question just because you had a smudge next to another answer on it. Often, many instructors will allow you to actually hand in an answer sheet for a new one, but check with your instructor. Number 10, this is one of the most important things, and it's not for during the test, but sometime after the test. Make sure you reflect upon what went well and where some of the challenges were for you when writing this test. Really, as a student, you're going to develop, you're going to grow as someone who can write very effective tests and really routinely keep moving your marks up. So make sure you do take time after the multiple choice test is finished to reflect upon the pros and the cons, your strengths and your weakness, and then come up with a strategy to make sure that every test you get better and better, and this will ensure your long-term success.